I think it's very hard to bet against Mr. Wonderful. So I'm going to go a little bit of a contrarian with Kevin O'Leary. And I'm going with Kevin because stocks are up 25% since December, end of December. 25%. So you're trying to figure out what's going to continue to perform in the environment to come, not really what's had the momentum. So I think Kevin's picks at Johnson & Johnson, which is up around 14%, lackluster performance, P&G, and Philip Morris is only up 20%. If this market pulls back or holds steady, those are good, strong value names.
Worst team.
Worst team. This is tough because they're all pretty fabulous, and I'm probably the worst guy to pick a short-term contest because I invest for 10 years at a time. But I think Jarvis Green's list of Constellation Brands, Netflix, Lululemon, those stocks are up. The worst one's up 36%, the best so far. Since the lows in December, the best one, Netflix, is up 60% already. When you buy something up 60%, when a market's up 25%, I don't know how much more room you expect it to run.
All right, Michael, hang on for just a minute. We talked about the stocks that were taken, but there were also a lot of stocks and discussion and controversy about some of the stocks that were left on the board. And Dominic Chu is here to look at those that were left behind, the orphans, Dom.
I mean, Tyler, I had these cards, the 10 of them for each team yesterday, and I was marking down every pick as it came along. And so as I looked at the 60-plus stocks, plus 3M, by the way, which we put in there late but is not up on this board, I was curious about some of the names that were not taken because I thought to myself, hey, if I were picking in a contest, these are ones I would look at. So take a look at these ones that were left on the board. You know the ones that were taken, but why not Lyft? And the reason why I say that is not because I'm proposing that people take and buy Lyft stock, but this is a stock for a contest that's been beaten down so much. Could it get a bit of a short-term pop? And just how powerful could it be? We don't know, but it could be good for a contest. Another one there I thought was interesting. If you go over here, Gilead on the biotech side of things, maybe that's a way to play an underperforming part of the healthcare sector. Remember, healthcare, the worst performing sector so far this year. And you take a look at other names like Alphabet. There was a time when a stock like Alphabet/Google would be one of the first stocks taken out there. Also, Canada Goose, if you're looking for that big pop, some of these names have the ability and variability to give you a big boost for a contest standpoint. I'm not saying for anybody's overall investing portfolio, but still, if you're picking for a contest, guys, it could be some of these names could provide some firepower. Remember, Maria Ho, her big strategy was variance this time around. We'll see if some of those names could have done better.
All right, Dom, stick around when we bring Michael Farr back. So, Michael, were there any stocks left there, Dom just talked about them, that you think were the missed opportunities?
Yeah, and I think, yes, I think there are a couple there. And remember, I've gone to the safer side of the street already with Kevin O'Leary. And Intel cut its forecasts, too, on basically a concern about demand and revenues going forward and chip demand. So I'd still go to the safer side. I think that J.P. Morgan probably would be on my list. And the other one I continue to like is Google. In an earnings sort of a recession, you've got a 20% grower with $100 billion in cash. I like Google. I mean, they're very dominant. J.P. Morgan, you're really going to bet against Jamie Dimon at this point? I think not. And I think the banks have been so beaten up. Here are a couple of names that can continue to perform. I would have had them on my list.